Now, if this is true, his value on fantasy just skyrocketed. I cannot wait to watch this unfold and see him getting the ball out in space. Here at the Draft Network, we ranked the top 10 fantasy players for each position, and the Colts running back Jonathan Taylor easily sits at the top of our backs list. He exploded during the second half of the season, allowing the rookie to finish third in the NFL with 1,169 rushing yards. He eventually set the Colts record with 1,811 rushing yards. That also led the NFL by 552 yards. Taylor put up an average of 19.6 points per game and is projected to increase his productivity this season. He is definitely a guy to grab right away in your fantasy draft. Derrick Henry came in at the second spot as he led the position in fantasy PPR points per game at 23.4 through 8 weeks. Henry getting injured set him back, but as long as he can stay healthy, we're going to see another incredible season for Henry. Mark my words. Vegas has Henry tied for the best odds to win the rushing title in 2022, along with Jonathan Taylor. So I am looking forward to seeing who prevails, but you can't go wrong with drafting either of these guys. Christian McCaffrey is third on our list and is at a pivotal point in his career. He can't seem to stay on the field, but when he is out there, it is impressive. McCaffrey has played in just 10 of 33 games the past 2 seasons. However, his production never wavered when he was out there. He averaged 30.1 points per game in 2020 and 23.6 in 2021. So if you like a gamble and think he can stay healthy, McCaffrey is a proven great pickup. Maybe just have a backup plan in case he falls to the injury board once again. Austin Ekeler is in the 4th place of our top NFL running backs. He's coming off the best season of his career and also the healthiest. The Chargers' offensive line keeps getting better as well, so betting on their run game seems like a sure lock for the upcoming season. Ekeler averaged 17 touches per game in 2020, averaging 16.5 PPR points per contest. And last season, Ekeler finished with 21.6 points per game. And what truly makes Ekeler so valuable is his usage in the pass game. So he is a sure bet for the upcoming fantasy season. Dalvin Cook is in our 5th spot, and he's definitely one to watch for this upcoming season. With the new look from the top down on the Vikings, they plan to use him very differently than in the past. Rumor has it they plan to have him as the main guy in the backfield, as well as utilizing him as a wide receiver in 2022. Now, if this is true, his value on fantasy just skyrocketed. I cannot wait to watch this unfold and see him getting the ball out in space. Alvin Kamara sitting at number 6 on our list is pretty justifiable. Kamara went from averaging 25.2 PPR points per game in 2020 to 18.1 points per game in 2021. That's pretty substantial in the grand scheme of things. And Kamara's production was hurt by the Saints acquiring Mark Ingram, and he's still going to be on the roster, splitting time with Kamara this season. Now, there also may be a suspension coming for Kamara after his Pro Bowl incident, so that will be something to watch as well. He certainly won't hurt your fantasy team, as 18.1 points per game is still pretty great, and he'll probably do just about the same this year. Najee Harris clearly had a fantastic rookie season, which is why he came in at number 7 on our list. For Najee, this high production actually came from volume and touches instead of impact plays. So that's something to watch with this guy, but as long as he's getting the points, it shouldn't matter that much. He finished with 1,647 yards last season and is on track to have another great season, landing him a spot in our top 10 fantasy running backs for the upcoming year. Joe Mixon's value is at an all-time high entering the 2022 season. Last year, Mixon posted a career-high 18.1 points per game and finished as the overall 5th running back in the league. He was also used more last year in the passing game than in years before, which helped his production and should continue to do so in the upcoming year. He's the lead rusher and goal line back on that offense that just went to the Super Bowl. I'd say he's a good grab for your fantasy team this season. Browns running back Nick Chubb landed in the 9th spot of our top 10 fantasy running backs list. He averages 15.2 points per game over his career, and he's been consistent over the years, which is what makes him land on this list year in and year out. He averaged 1,273.3 yards per season and 89.4 yards per game over the last 2 seasons while splitting time with Kareem Hunt. Chubb sees a slight increase in productivity each year, so he is a great pickup for your fantasy team heading into the season. Aaron Jones is the last running back to boast our top 10 list for good reason. Jones averaged 19.9 points per game in 2019 and 18.5 in 2020. Pretty solid for any fantasy team. This being said, there is the rise of teammate A.J. Dillon that we need to take into consideration here. For the immediate upcoming season, Jones is still in our top 10 and looking to be a sure bet. But going forward, we're going to have to reconsider. What are your thoughts of our top 10 fantasy running backs list? Do you agree? Did we leave anyone out? Let us know in the comments. For the Draft Network, I'm Brooke Kromer.